loaded up here. Rain against Effort on Overgrowth. In the upper right with brilliant play in our first game is
SK Telecom T1 Rain.
Just so good in that first game, Tasteless.
Yeah, seriously.
In fact, the Observer was there right as he hit the Swarmos. I'm like, oh my god. Such good play.
in the bottom left from Brood War, now here in StarCraft II.
CJN2's Effort.
Yeah, I didn't. We didn't see the Observer until like the last second. They were fighting. I was thinking, well, he's got the Swarm host there, so this might be tricky. And then Observer pops right down from the top of the screen.
Yeah.
And the Blink Micro he was just so on top of it.
Yeah, he realized he had exactly enough to kill everything. Like, blinks forward, kills the Storm host before more Locusts come out. Eventually loses all his sentries. Doesn't matter. Hit all his warp-ins. Bam. Enough Stalkers to end the game.
Yeah, he even kept those sentries in the front after that. Let them tank the damage while more and more Stalkers come in here.
Well, the Drone Scout once again from Effort, seeing that once again Rain is preparing for a possible speed first opener. Of course, Effort not doing that once again. So getting just a slight build order advantage with this hatchery first.
And from here, I think we're just going to have the Nexus thrown down. The Protoss' expansion, he sees it's a hatch first.
Yeah, it's kind of the to and fro you would expect from these two players going on at the moment. You know, if Effort and SOS end up playing, which I think they probably will at some point in this group, I think that the games are going to look a bit different. Like, SOS and Effort, I think, against each other will both be much more cutthroat style. You know what I mean? Whereas Rain is like, okay, this is a safe opening, here we go, and Effort knows that, so he opens greedy. So it's just like a very normal-looking ZVP.
Well, the thing to note about Rain is he definitely does not have an interest in most of his PVZs in winning the game right away.
Yeah.
He's really about securing a win down the road, and that's why he looks so scary when you're in mid-game and late game against Rain, because Rain has everything. Rain did all the necessary steps to be safe while still eking out extra probes here and there, teching up properly, scouting.
Yeah, you're not going to see as many, gateway all-ins or two bases from Rain. So, Effort kind of taking advantage. He's going to have these 3 hatches before the pool, not even getting a gas yet. So, pretty greedy play. And I do like that because I even like the fact that he's like skipping getting a gas for speed, which he did get last game. Because this is kind of more of a macro map. You're not going to be able to do anything really to Rain early on. He's going to have his wall up. He's going to be safe about everything. So may as well get a little bit of a macro advantage here.
Well, the probe's coming back now. We have the Stalker coming up. Still looking to see what the tech is specifically here for Rain. We just know Warp Gate's on the way. Effort is also just droning up, getting the rest of his queens. Yeah. And so far we have a second gateway now.
Looks like just part of a wall for the time being.
He's definitely not going to hide any tech down there with that Overlord there.
So far it really looks like Rain will probably just go for like a 3-gate third base. Yeah, there's the third gate right there. So probably just, sentries into a third base. Super common, and we see this all the time right now. Oracles are something that Zergs block a lot more, so we see people just kind of get the quicker third base with, a bunch of sentries and the Mothership Core. So I expect to see that, and probably he'll go into Blink and +2 again. But Effort is probably expecting this as well, so I'm interested to see if Effort has something special planned against that. We've seen a lot of aggression on Overgrowth against that build, specifically in between the natural and the third base, trying to abuse Protosses when they're trying to walk in and out of their wall. So it'd be cool to see something like that, and if Rain can stop something like that, because we've seen a lot of Zergs win on this map with it.
He's going for some Spore Crawlers in his main and his expansion here. Actually, 3 total now. So it's not clear to him what exactly is coming from.
Yeah.
He did not get enough scouting done with those Lings. He didn't send the Overlord in there to peek.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit worried that there might be a Protoss tech at the upper right, and he'd sack an Overlord for nothing. But yeah, he's Effort's already preparing against something that's not coming.
Yeah.
There's no reason at all with the build Rain's doing to have Spore Crawlers out here.
Very true. But, you know, it's as you said, he didn't get a real scout in there. And especially when you see, like, the core and then a second gateway walling in the natural, that looks like it might be a Stargate. So getting the spores, I think, is actually, like, a smart idea and the right idea for Effort to do, even though technically it is wrong.
Well, yeah, considering he's in the dark,
yeah,
he has to do it. But unfortunately, in a perfect game where he did know everything, this would not be something he would have had. And he sees now just hallucinated Phoenixes are scouting. There's 20 Lings on the way. It looks like even more being made now. The Roach Warren is being made here as well. We have the sentries pushing out here. Now, even if the Lings do get a good surround and the force field's miss, he can just recall back home. There should be a cannon back at the Protoss' third. I believe that's already done.
Yeah, he should have that up already.
And he needs to get that mothership core with the rest of the army.
The Ling's coming in right now, and actually, I think he
only got one.
Yeah, he got the Stalker and just one sentry, so that was okay. That was totally fine there for Rain. Not a big deal to lose just that much. But you know what? Effort at least got rid of a good amount of force field energy, got rid of a bunch of mothership core energy. Will he do an attack after this? He is droning up, adding a macro hatch. We'll see if he starts rounds of units.
We have 58 probes to 63 drones. But I think that macro hatch already been added, actually.
Yeah. He threw it up in the main base. Pretty recently. Not up yet, all the way.
And the Phoenix just moving out now.
Yeah, that hallucinated Phoenix just kind of looking for the tech, making sure of what's going on. You really need to know with a build like this. One of the only things that can kind of catch it off guard is a quick Spire. So I think that's what he's really kind of focusing on looking for.
Speaking of which, there's a Spire now. Not so quick, though. War Prism's being made, and we're going to have that blink timing come out here pretty soon. Also, Zerg might be attacking out here as well. He does have some Roaches. Might just be using this to control the map. Protoss might not be able to leave if the Roaches can counterattack in.
Yeah, kind of a small amount of Roaches at the moment. Still making a few more and taking his fourth base way back here in the corner. But yeah, it looks like his plan may be just to go for the mutas. You know,
nice warp.
He is a mutalist type of Zerg for sure.
Oh yeah, well any Brood War Zerg is going to be pretty muta dependent.
Yeah.
So actually getting a good amount of kills on those probes there.
Yeah, not bad at all. Oh, no, it is bad. Never mind. Only one.
It didn't continue on.
It looked like it actually got a few more than that, to be honest.
Everett's still poking in here and there, trying to see if there's any hole in the defenses here for Rain. Rain, though, really looking quite stellar so far.
Yeah.
Really not missing a beat. He's warping in the right spots to clog entrances. He's got other units to block the other entrances, like a second here. The Spire is almost done, and he had a 900 gas here.
Yeah.
A little bit under 900.
He can make, well, he just made a lot more Roaches, but
wow, okay.
Will he go for a bunch of mutas? I think so, but I mean, there's a possibility that he goes for something else, such as Corruptors against the Colossus, although I really wouldn't like to see that.
Okay, so he's pushing down now. And this is a pretty good angle here for the Protoss. He does have, I mean, coming in from the corner like this, he's got the Mothership Core with that too.
Yeah, the War Prism just died, by the way. So
wait, he does have the Mothership Core with that, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, Time Warp's going to be really effective in this corner over here.
Very good force fields thus far. Kind of trapping a few units. He has used a lot of force fields here, so he is actually going to have to recall out of here, I believe.
Yeah.
With this flank coming up, yeah.
Beautiful croissant force fields, as I called him.
Yeah,
certainly
they were kind of croissant force fields.
Croissant force fields not mana efficient in some cases, but he did have a nice little.
Well, he needed to do it there.
Croissant shape, you know.
That was calling for a breakfast pastry to keep his units alive for sure.
Absolutely.
The donut wouldn't have been as good.
No, it's definitely not as good for you. Now, Lings and Roaches attacking up here in the front.
Yeah, quite a few indeed.
Blinking back. The Colossus only just now meeting up with the rest of that army. Sentries now in the front are all going to be destroyed, but it's not until they already did get all their force fields out. But 16 mutas on the way.
This was a good trade, Tasteless. He got all the sentries, which means the Zerglings are going to be a lot more effective coming up.
Ling muta is going to be very strong here.
Yeah. But you know what? Rain does have a strong force out in the field right now. He has that Colossus to help deal with those Zerglings. He needs to get up there and cancel that gold base right now.
He's coming up here. So far, backing up, actually, is not quite engaged that. Here he goes now.
Yeah, and he'll get the cancel on that. So that's actually very good. That was an important moment. If you let that gold base go up that quickly, you could definitely be in some trouble.
And we have a counterattack here. I don't know if this is actually a great idea.
The counterattack? Oh, yeah,
you know, I think that if he actually waited a second, now we're going to be in somewhat of a base trade.
Yeah.
But I guess for the number of mutas and roaches, I guess he could sort of do this. I would have thought he could have regrouped around this and actually squashed the army.
Look at him just run by up the ramp. But Rain being very smart, splitting his units up right now, just sending them everywhere. He wants to kill every base at once.
What is this? We're going to be in a base trade scenario? By the way, the cybernetics core was picked off, which means no more stalkers. Which I would assume can only mean that, you know, right now Rain can just try to make a bunch of cannons at his third. Actually, his third's now being hit here as well.
And look at this. A lot of cannons being warped in. Just that's beautiful. He knows that he just needs to save one base because he's killing everything at once right now.
I can't believe the finesse here from Rain, but the game is not decided yet.
Look, Effort's making strong and intelligent moves. There's no question about that. But Rain's moves are basically perfect.
Yeah,
he's doing everything correctly.
This is like flawless victory here from Rain. This is so many cannons. But let's see if he can actually take out a corner of this and then just snipe the Nexus. That's another option here for Zerg.
Yeah, he may go for something like that, actually, Tastes. You could be right.
Zerg just has more than enough.
Well, he definitely can kill it off, but, you know,
we don't normally have games with this many cannons all at once here.
In control, Pylon.
Well, the Stalker counts at 30. The Muta counts at 20.
12 roaches in there as well.
14 drones to 45 probes. But the only Nexus is at the second.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy right now.
I think actually Effort wins this.
Well, there's 45 probes out. Let's not forget that because the 45 probes actually definitely can come into play.
And he can also make that a Nexus if it got weird enough. He has 500 minerals.
Yeah, there's like the only hatchery left in the bottom right is still being attacked, and it actually gets killed. So that's all the hatcheries for Effort. He has enough to make another one. He has 13 drones. But this actually comes down to...
You know, I think if he just parks the Stalkers over here and he blinks well in a fight, I think he can make a Nexus at his second.
I mean, he can definitely remake and just start mining again and make his economy. But Effort hasn't been revealed, so Rain is a little bit worried about that right now. And in fact, I think the right move is for him to move out with his Stalkers and bring probes with him.
Oh my god, he's getting these roaches too. Okay, so wait, let me check here. 27 Stalkers, 19 Mutas, 9 roaches. There's a Corruptor somewhere here. Not really that significant, though.
Certainly
but
not.
The roaches are getting shaved off. Now, the probes, let's say that the roaches do engage on the ground. The probes can just attack into the roaches here. That's totally doable. There's one observer out here. He sees the drones hidden. There's 11 drones on the map. Looks like about 6 are up there.
Yeah, I love that he's bringing his probes with him. That can really help hold off those 5 roaches and
if you notice, with the observer, he's pretty much checked the upper part of the map, so he knows, okay, there's really only one spot this could be at. That's the bottom right.
Rain's play in this game has just been immaculate.
It really has been.
The amount of, like,
he could actually just
perfect intelligence he's shown is insane.
Okay, so there's 400 minerals now for the Zerg, so that's one more hatch. There's 5 drones. We don't know where they all are.
Yeah,
wait, there was one.
There's really not many left. Yeah,
there's
no drones over here looking for him. He's trying to just win the actual base race, but with 795 minerals and all his probes over here, there's just no way.
Okay. For the structures remaining, the only thing that's remaining in the upper is Protoss in the upper right. What is that in the center left, Artosis? Is that the observer?
Center left, yes.
That's not a pylon, right?
That should be the observer. It is not a pylon for sure.
Any extractor? Oh, my God, hatchery! I just choked on my spit. Okay, that was it.
Effort was actually defeated.
He just did not make the. He didn't make the hatch. He didn't make
a bit of a mistake, but Rain was going to win that. He played that way too well.
Rain is sure.
Yeah, Rain played so close to perfect.
Good.
Like, even the fact that he was out attacking, he scouted the Spire and he's like, I've got to attack, because that's what you do when someone goes for greedy Spire, because your army wins. But then Effort made a bunch of roaches and engaged the army, took out all the sentries, and then switched into mutas, which I thought was actually really nice. That was a cool move by Effort to do. But then Rain just, he went for it, and he went for that instant base trade. You can't turn around against Mutas that counterattack when you have that Colossus-based army and Stalkers like that.
It was really impressive, too, because he saw the Roaches were running away. Roaches can't run from Stalkers with Blink.
Not really, no.
You're not going to get much value out of them by attacking with them either, but he shaved off all the Roaches.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, kept the probes with the army. That way he has stuff to get in the way of the Roaches, and then he can also make buildings around his Stalkers in that base race. I'm a little bit surprised Effort didn't make any structures at all there.
Yeah. He was going to be taken out, though. Rain's movements were just too good, and he had too much money.
We are going to go to a short little break. When we come back, we're going to go on to our second best of 3 here in today's round of 16 GSL Code S.